If you're currently running a directory website or in the process of starting one, you might be familiar with the concept of claimable business listings. We've mentioned them on previous webinars and they're featured in some of our documentation, but you might not be exactly sure how to use them or know the best practices when adding claimable listings to your site. I know it's a topic that comes up a lot, so we wanted to do a webinar that takes a deeper dive into claimable business listings and what they're all about. After all, claimable listings are a powerful feature that can help you convert local businesses browsing your site into paying advertisers. It's one of the most effective ways to generate passive income. Business owners see their listing on your site, they click to claim their listing, enter their credit card, and the next thing you know, you're generating recurring revenue every month without lifting a finger. Hey, everybody, I'm Justin, co founder of Ideal Directories. And if you're an active client of ours, thank you for being a part of the Ideal Directories family and for joining on today's webinar. My goal is to share everything you need to know about claimable listings and how to use them effectively on your site. I'll even show you the best ways to contact businesses and give you some tips for getting them to successfully claim their listing. I'll also send out a recording to today's webinar to everyone who's registered, so you can always reference it at any time. Now, for those of you who are not currently signed up with Ideal Directories but are interested in learning more, thank you for making some time in your day to join me. This is your chance to get additional knowledge about how our platform works, the business model, and hopefully by the end of today's session, you'll feel more confident about launching your own business directory website for your town or city. If you're attending this workshop live today, please use the questions tab. I think it's down here to share any questions that you have with me, and my moderators will do their best to answer any questions or concerns as you type them in. For everyone else watching on YouTube, be sure to like and follow us to show us that this is something you found helpful so that we can continue to tailor our content to topics that you find valuable to watch. So here's what we'll be covering today. First, we'll go over the real basics and remind you of what claimable listings even are. Then we'll talk about how they work, specifically how they work on Ideal Directories, which is the ideal way. Get it? Okay. Third, we'll discuss the obvious and not so obvious benefits of claimable listings so you can make sense of why you're even doing this. Next, I have some tips for you when you're adding claimable listings to your site, which I want to share with you. After that, I have actual scripts that you can use to contact businesses to ask and encourage them to claim their listing. Then we'll do a live platform demonstration of adding claimable listings to an Ideal Directory site and wrap up by doing a live question and answer session. Sound good? Good. Now let's get to it. A claimable listing is a free business listing on your directory website that can be claimed by the business owner so they can take control of their profile and maximize the benefits of advertising on your site. The claim listing feature enables you to convert local businesses browsing your site into paying advertisers. When a local business visits your website and clicks claim this listing on their profile, they'll be prompted to pay for their listing so they can take full ownership of their account immediately. This feature is extremely effective, and it's used by some of the biggest and most successful directory sites in the world, including Google, Yelp, and Yellow Pages. Claimable listings are just one of the many premium features included in the Ideal Directories platform. If you're out there trying to compare us to somehow building a directory elsewhere, you'll almost always see an upcharge, add-on, something like that for this feature, but we don't believe in that. It's embedded into our platform. So that's great and all, but how exactly do they work? The key to claimable listings is that even though it's a very complex system behind the scenes that facilitates all of this, the process and the interface on the site itself needs to be super simple. And with Ideal Directories, it is. Here's what happens. The business owner comes to your site, either naturally on their own, because they found you in search or someone recommended it to them, or by your direction as part of your sales efforts, and they find their listing on your site that you've created for them. Then, when they're on their listing, they click the button that says claim this listing. From there, they choose a plan and they submit their payment entering their credit card information in for the automatic recurring payments on either a monthly or yearly basis, depending on the plan they choose. And then the business owner immediately takes ownership of their listing with full access to change any and all information on it to their liking. I'll actually show you a live demonstration of how this works on our platform in just a little while. But I don't want you to go into this blind, okay? In order to take advantage of any feature or technique, you have to understand the benefits of it first. You got to know what's under the hood before you can figure out how to make it work for you. So I'm going to go through some key benefits of adding claimable listings to your site so you can understand the power that you're wielding. First, claimable listings help you populate your directory website. Adding free listings to your directory website in the form of a claimable listing is something every directory owner should be doing. Free business listings will provide your site with much needed content. After all, a directory site with little or no listings is useless to anyone who visits your site. But a site that has listings in a lot of different categories becomes much more valuable to shoppers and site visitors. And remember, free listings don't need to stay free forever. You can easily convert a free listing to a paid listing by making it claimable. So when you're populating your directory website with free listings, use the option to make them claimable. This way, advertisers can easily click to claim and pay for a premium listing down the road. The next benefit of claimable listings is that they improve SEO, or search engine optimization. When it comes to SEO, content is king. And for directory websites, listings are the content. So the more listings you have, the better it is for SEO. Think about this for a minute. Everyone, well, technically something like 95% of people, use the internet to search for local businesses. And people in your area are always searching for businesses in your area. So by having content about local businesses on your site, you're improving the chances that your site will come up for local folks in search results. Here's another strong benefit. Claimable listings help earn advertiser trust. Visualizing and actually seeing a live listing on your directory site can help earn the trust of potential advertisers. It can help instill confidence that your site is legit and provides credibility knowing that other businesses advertise on your site. Adding a claimable listing for a business even shows that you're willing to provide value to the business at no cost while presenting the benefits of upgrading to a paid listing. The claimable listings essentially let you get your foot in the door and speak to potential advertisers. You can explain that you already added their business to your site and want to review it with them to ensure that all their information is correct. Use this as an opportunity to share some of the advantages of claiming their listing and upgrading to a premium plan. Claimable listings also create a sense of urgency for the business owner. And here's what I mean. Since technically anyone can claim a listing that is set to claimable, a business owner might worry about a competitor taking control of their listing and posting inaccurate information. Now, this is a black hat tactic of beating out the competition. It's kind of a dirty play known as pirating listings. I've seen businesses hijack a competitor's listing and put their own phone number or website address as an attempt to steal their customers. It's not cool, but fearing that their listing might end up in the hands of a direct competitor, business owners can oftentimes feel pressure to take action quickly and claim their own listing right away. By claiming their own listing, businesses are able to prevent someone else from claiming it for them. Finally, another benefit is that claimable listings simplify the sign-up process for business owners. As a directory site owner, your goal is to sell as many listings as possible so you can generate a steady stream of passive income. While direct sales methods like cold calling or in-person meetings tend to be the most effective, it doesn't mean you need to personally assist or even talk to every client who signs up. Business owners can sign up themselves, pay for a listing, and the money will automatically be deposited into your account. This creates a hands-off business model so you can earn money even while you're sleeping. Claimable listings make this process even smoother because rather than starting from scratch, a claimable listing is much easier for a business owner to sign up for without your help. Because with all of their data already in place, the business owner simply needs to click the button to claim the listing, choose a plan, and submit their payment info. Once the account is created, they can choose to add additional information like photos, coupons, and whatever else to their listing. It's a very simple, self serve approach that eliminates the need to speak with a sales rep or wait for their listing to go online. Now, as you go to implement claimable listings on your directory, I have a couple of tips for you to consider. My first recommendation is to add 5 to 10 claimable listings per category so that you are giving shoppers multiple options no matter what category they're interested in. Since people will most likely only look at between 1 and 3 categories per visit, people search the internet based on needs that they have in the moment. Usually, you want to ensure that their experience will be fulfilling and the results will feel somewhat robust. Next, when you're adding claimable listings, I always suggest putting them in the premium plan or the highest of your plans, the one with the most features available in it. This is best practice because when the business owner goes to claim this listing, they'll be alerted that they will lose features if they choose any other plan besides the highest plan. It helps businesses make the larger investment for fear of losing out. And this is something I'll be sure to demonstrate in just a minute or two when I do a platform demo. But even though you're adding the listings to a premium plan, I would suggest including only the basic information for each business. This will encourage the business owner to take ownership of the listing, thus paying for it, so they can take full advantage of all the plans, features, and benefits. For example, just add their basic contact information and then require them to claim and pay for their listing first before they can add things like photos, coupons, events, a contact form, testimonials, etc. Holding out on these key features is what will compel a business owner to take action and claim their listing. So now let's get to everyone's favorite part where we talk about the money and how to contact businesses to get them to claim and thus pay for their listings. When it comes to selling, well, anything, it's best if you're proactive. Do yourself a favor and get the conversation started. Don't wait for them to come to your site, which they may do, but you'll be able to generate a sale a lot faster if you're the one approaching them about it. And that means to, I didn't mean to put all these on your screen right now. They're supposed to go one by one, but you can ignore that. And it also means that reaching out to businesses that you've created claimable listings for by phone or email, pick up the phone, spend some time in front of the keyboard. Who cares? It's done from the comfort of your own home. And when you do that, be sure to highlight the benefits of claiming their listing on your directory website. Explain that claiming their listing can help them reach more customers online. It can help increase traffic to their website. It can provide credibility for their business. It can boost their business's online visibility and improve their search engine rankings. And from there, you invite them to claim their listing. In other words, ask for the sale. Send them the link to their profile. Instruct them to click to claim and fill in the payment information. To help incentivize the business to do this now or sooner rather than later, you can give them an offer or discount to get started right away. Maybe it's 20% or more. And when you're doing that on the Ideal Directories platform, thanks to the built-in coupon code functionality, you can grant limited time discount codes that people can type in during checkout to receive their payment reduction. But don't worry, we took the time to put all these pieces together for you and assembled a sales script that you can use to run an email campaign that encourages businesses to sign up by claiming their listing. Want to see it? So here's the sample sales script that you can use to run an email campaign. Take a look at this because we're basically using all the principles of the previous slide, and I'm going to read it to you. Well, actually, it hasn't popped up on the screen yet. So let's go line by line. The subject line is, uh-oh, your listing is missing important information. And then here's how it starts. Hello, your listing on yourdirectoryname.com has missing information which will prevent it from fully displaying from displaying fully within search results. You can claim your listing to reach more customers online, increase website traffic, boost your online visibility and credibility, and improve your search engine rankings. Click here to claim your listing and complete your profile. Special offer. Use promo code SAVE50 before the end of the month to receive 50% off any plan. See how simple that is? It's a straightforward, direct message, and I strongly recommend including an offer code like this to get people to act quickly. Give it 20, 25, 30, even 50, like this example here, percent discount because who cares? You can always raise your prices or stop this promotion when you get more popular. Get some deals in the door. And I got a surprise for you too. We didn't just write one email for you. We put together a resource that has a bunch of pre-written templates that you can use. They're all worded differently. Everyone who's here today, I'll make sure to send out that resource along with the recording of today's session. So be on the lookout for this. That's kind of like my thank you for being here today and showing up. Now, I know I promised I'd show you exactly how this all works within the Ideal Directories platform. So let me quickly switch my screen and I will demonstrate that for you. So the first thing I want to do is actually highlight the process for adding a listing to your directory website. So I'm logged into the dashboard right now. And I want to go over to my Manage Listings screen, and I want to add a listing using this button here for a business called A&K Diner, which is a local business in the area that this directory site is serving, which is Great Falls, Montana. So in the business name box, I'm going to type in A&K Diner. And you're going to see that as I'm typing in the business name, I haven't completed it yet. The system is offering me a suggestion of businesses that I'm trying to add to the site. So all I've got to do is just select this from the dropdown, if it's here, and then I can move along. And you'll see why this is important. The plan button, I'm going to choose, like I said before, the premium plan option. Gives me the most features. Choose a category. That's easy. I'll just go into restaurants and food service. And then here it is, the claimable box. All I got to do is check this box and then click Create Listing. And once I do that, the listing is now live on the site. Let's take a look at it. So A&K Diner, which is right here, I'm going to click View Listing. And here is how the listing looks. I didn't do any of this, by the way, right? All I did was type in the name of the place. And look what it did for me. Pulled in the address, phone number, website link, map with directions, hours of operation, social media connections, payment methods they accept. This is like 50, 60, 70% done, okay? Now look, claim this listing. This is where the gold is, okay? If this business comes here, we direct them to come here and they click this button, they can proceed with taking ownership of this, paying you to be featured on the site with additional information. But adding one listing at a time, as great as that is, I want to show you an even faster way to populate your site if you're looking to add a bunch of listings to each category. Let me demonstrate that for you. So I'm going to go and use something called the prospecting tool, which is in your dashboard. And I'm going to type in the keyword or industry restaurants, because they're usually some of the best candidates for becoming clients of yours on your directory site. And I'm going to type in Great Falls, Montana, which is the area this directory site is serving, and click search. So now my system is going to generate a nice long list of all the restaurants in and around Great Falls. Now, what's really cool about this screen is that from here, all I've got to do is choose a category, pop them in restaurants and food service, and look right here. They're already set to be claimable. So all I've got to do is go right like this. Create listing, create listing, create listing, create listing. And look at that. Look how fast that was. I've already got a listing for this business on the site. And again, all this information's right here. I swear this wasn't here before, okay? So now if, let's just say Electric City Coffee comes here and they decide they want to take ownership of this listing, I'll show you what happens. So they click Claim This Listing. They get taken to choose their plan. Now remember, I put them on the premium plan. So let's just say they say, you know what, I'm going to try and, save a couple bucks and go for the cheaper plan. They click for the $39 plan and get started. And here's what happens. This says, wait, the features in the plan you selected are different from what the current listing consists of in the following ways. And then we go to highlight exactly the differences between this plan and the premium plan, which is what this listing was created on. So this is a great way to get people to think twice about which plan they're going to subscribe for. This is a great way to upsell your clients without having to do a thing. Once they do choose the right plan, they get taken to this screen where, look, we've already populated a lot of the information for them here as well. Got the name of the business. They could put their name in, phone number, address. They could put their email address in, and they can create a password so they'll be able to log in. And if they did want to use that coupon code, watch this. You just type in whatever that was. I think it was save 20. And look, it reduced the price just like that. Okay. All hands off. They put in their credit card information, agree to the terms, and create their account. And then immediately they'll have access to this listing and get taken into the editing screen where they can make any and all changes that they want to. Very simple and very straightforward. Hopefully, that gave everyone an idea on exactly how simple and straightforward the process is for adding claimable listings, and also what your clients will experience as they go to take advantage of that. So let's get to your questions now. For those of you who came on after I announced it in the beginning, please click the questions option, bottom of your screen, to send any questions that you have about what we went over today. Looks like my moderators already answered most of these. Let's see. All right, let me pick up on some of these that might have already been answered. First in line is Harriet. Harriet wrote this: How long should I leave a claimable listing online? I like that question. So I'm going to assume, Harriet, that you mean if you haven't gotten around to pitching a claimable listing, or if you just failed to sell it, what do you do with it? Ultimately, you can leave it online for as long as you want because it's still providing valuable content to your site. But what you can do is during the sales process, tell the business owner that you'll be taking their listing offline in a set amount of time, a week, a month, whatever, and that they need to claim it in order to keep it online. This could help create a sense of urgency with the client because no one wants to see their listing come offline. That's a strategy you might be able to integrate into your sales. All right, next up is Mario. Mario's asking, can I upload a bulk list of businesses to my site and make them all claimable? So Mario, it sounds like you might have either purchased a list of business contacts or some leads from somewhere, and you want to save some time adding them all to your site. The short answer is yes. That is something we can absolutely assist you with. What I want you to do is reach out to our support. They will help you with it. We'll probably just ask you for a file that we can then push into the site for you. Especially if the list is very long, it'll definitely make quick work of it for you. Charlotte is asking, can a business find their listing just by searching on the site, or do I have to send them a direct link? They can absolutely find their listing by just searching the site. You don't have to direct people directly to their listing. I imagine you're asking this because you're thinking of that email template that I gave you with the link in it that says click here to claim the listing. And you're probably saying, I don't want to have to update that link in every single email that I send out. I get it. It's not a problem to let people search the site themselves. And actually, it might be kind of healthy because they'll be able to see some of other businesses in their industry or other businesses they recognize and feel a little more confident about making the choice to claim their listing. Let's see. Paul is asking, if I add sample listings to my site, do I need to make them all claimable, or can I just pick and choose the ones I want to be claimable? Good question. So you can select which ones you want to be claimable. Back when I was showing you the process for adding a listing or even adding multiple listings at the same time, that checkbox or that drop down is all you have to change to either make it claimable or not. Amelia is asking, I'm thinking about hiring someone on Fiverr to reach out and contact businesses for me. Is that allowed? And can I give them the sales scripts to use? Absolutely. And I like that thinking, Amelia. Look, for those of you who are not familiar with Fiverr, it's basically a site where you can pretty much find someone to do any sort of work or task for you. You can hire a virtual assistant, or they even have people who will make cold calls for you, send emails out for you. It's normally actually very affordable too. That's the name Fiverr. I think it started out where all the jobs were $5, and then it started to go up a little bit from there, but they're still very, very reasonable. And if you're an Ideal Directories client, you're free to use these sales scripts any way that you want to. You could provide them to a salesperson, let them reach out to businesses for you, whatever you want. All right, let's do one more. Here's one from Scotty. He's in the Pacific Northwest, who said, "Does it matter which plan I choose for the claimable listings?" Scotty, not really. I mean, like I said before, I recommend using the highest plan because, as you saw in the demo, if the client chooses anything but the highest plan, they'll be alerted of what they'll be losing by making that decision. But technically, you can add claimable listings on your site in any of the plans that you have. All right, it looks like a few of you are asking about those email templates and if this is being recorded. So yes, I'll say it again, the recording of this session will go out via email along with a copy of those sales script templates to whatever email address you use to register for the session. In fact, the replay of the session will also begin right when I end the session. So if you want to stick around, if you missed the beginning or watch any element of it again, you certainly can. And with that, you know what? Let's stop here for today. I'm sorry I couldn't get to all the questions, but my moderators look like they're still answering some questions as they come in. Some are some repeats, so everyone's going to get their questions answered. And we'll continue to do that for a little while, even after I end this session. Now, if you haven't noticed, we've been putting out new videos on a regular basis in an effort to better educate our audience about running a successful business directory website. We want to know from you, what should we talk about next? In the questions tab if you're live, or in the comment section below if you're watching this on YouTube, let us know what you'd like to know more about, and we will try our best to do a video on it for you. All right? If you're not yet a client and want to learn more, go to our pricing and sign up page. The link is right here for details on our pricing plans, and you can get started right away. Thank you so much for being a part of this today, talking about claimable listings. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye for now, and cue the replay.